Shalom, shalom, everyone, and welcome to my channel, Real Serious Productions. And as you should know by now, I go by the name of Miss EYG. And welcome to the Biblical Truth Unveiled series. I know I have been gone for a while, but welcome back. I took a little break. I'm doing so many different things. So I had to take a break from my channel for a little while. I had to do some more research, do some more digging, if you will, researching, rereading. Took some time for that. I took some time for also, I'm doing music. You should know by now I have a music that I do. So I've been doing that. And also I've been balancing my business. If you guys don't know, that I also design and sell t-shirts. My t-shirt business is called Royalty Tees and Things. And the things are, I also do handmade jewelry and handmade lip gloss and things like that. So I've been having my hands pretty busy doing a lot, okay? So that's why I haven't done any videos in a few weeks, but I am back. So, as you see below, we will be discussing in this video the curses within the Hebrew families, okay? And we're going to touch bases on, why our households are divided, and things like that. So I know it's another very touchy subject. I'm very aware that it's a very touchy subject, but someone has to talk about it because it's often being swept under the rug, and a lot of people, they see what's going on within our brown families, black families, Hebrew families. We see it going on, but a lot of us don't understand why it's going on, or a lot of us are just, either oblivious, like, oh, that's just how things are, when it's a reason behind everything. So we're going to dig deep into that. And the truth has to be told on the dynamic of what's happened over the years and the decades of our Hebrew families, and why so many different things are happening within our households. And it explains the outcome of why things are the way they are today. A lot has happened, and like I said, it's a lot of people that sweep these things under the rug, but we're not sweeping anything under the rug anymore. We need to be able to understand why things are happening or have happened the way they have, and we need to come to terms with it, and acknowledging that this has happened, but at the same time, we need to know what our job is to do about it, so things can change. Things in our world are not going to change until things in our household and things within ourselves change first. So that is my particular reason of bringing out this knowledge, because a lot of our people don't know or don't understand why things are happening the way they are happening, but we're going to get into it. Okay, so without further ado, everyone get out your Bibles. Again, welcome back. My new viewers, welcome. Okay, my regular viewers, welcome back. As I said, I'm sorry I had to take a little break, but I am back, and let's get out your Bibles and let's dive right into this knowledge. Okay, so first we are going to start. Let's open up and go to Proverbs 22. And, the topic right now that we're going to speak on is the words, Yah's words on how family and the household should be. So this is how he said that the family should be, okay? And we're going to get into it. Okay, so this is how the Most High said families should be structured under his name, right? Proverbs 22, we're going to start at verse 1 down to verse 6, okay? I just want to read from the, starting at verse 1, because I want you to get the whole dynamic of what we're talking about. Okay. A good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and loving favor rather than silver and gold. The rich and the poor meet together. The Almighty Yahuwah is the maker of them all. So he's saying here, a good name is, and is more than silver and gold, right? Being righteous, right? It's better than having riches, okay? A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and punished, okay? Verse 4, by humility and the fear of the Almighty Yahuwah are riches and the honor and life, okay? So the fear of the Most High, that's your riches, right? Doing what he says, that's your riches, right? Not the riches of silver and gold. 5, thorns and snares are in the way of the frowned. He that doeth keep his soul shall be far from them, okay? Thorns and snares shall be in your way, right? But those that do keep your soul, you have your way of life, right? Verse 6, this is really the verse that I was trying to get to, right? So he's building it up and saying that, you should love his word and you should have the fear of him. That is your riches, not silver and gold, okay? Verse 6, train up a child in the way that he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So training up your child in the way that they should go, which is what? In the ways of righteousness, not in the ways of silver and gold, not in the ways of loving anything, of loving riches more than loving and fearing the Most High and his word. That is what that entire part, well, that's why I was trying to read from the beginning, from verse 1 to verse 6. That is the way that we're supposed to be training our children. We're supposed to be training our children up in the Most High's word, to fear the Most High, and to want to know that, their riches are to fear the Most High, and to want a good name, to want to live in righteousness instead of wanting the wantings of silver and gold, But actually, let's get that in kind of a precept, okay? So we're going to go back a little bit. We're still going to be in Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs 1. I actually should have started there because this all goes together, but you're going to see it goes together. So Proverbs 1, I'm going to start in verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall obtain unto wise counsel. So a wise man will hear the instructions of the Most High and will continue to learn and increase their learning. Okay, verse 6, to understand a proverb and the interception, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. Verse 7, the fear of the Almighty Yahuwah is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So that's as clear as day right there. The Most High said, the fear of him, the fear of his word and what he's saying is the beginning of knowledge. Okay? But a fool will despise wisdom and despise instruction. A fool, someone who doesn't know any better or doesn't believe, they despise instruction. They won't listen to it. They won't hear it, right? Verse 8, my son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother. For they shall be an ornament of grace unto your head, and the change of about your neck. Okay, so this is the Most High saying here that children have a job as well. The Most High just said in the previous verse that I read, mother and father are to train your children well, train them to knowing and growing in their understanding of the Most High and fearing the Most High. And children are also supposed to listen and to know that the words of their father and mother, if it's in righteousness, right, it kind of forms who they are, right? He said it's the ornament upon your head, right? And what he said, and chains about your neck, right? So this is something that's going to hold on to you as you grow, basically, right? So that's why he's instructing for children to listen to their mother and fathers, right? Listen to understanding, right? Because just like he said, the fear of the Most High is the beginning of knowledge. So that's the beginning of knowledge. That's your beginning of understanding. That's in your beginning of gaining knowledge. If you first go into it with understanding, I have something that I have to do. The Most High is the Almighty Yah. He has instructions for me to do. I have to listen to him. It's my duty. That is the beginning of all knowledge. That is the beginning right there, right? And like he said, those that don't listen are considered fools. Those that despise instruction, they're fools. You're being foolly, pretty much, okay? So as I said, both mother and fathers have a extremely responsibility of their child's life. They have a huge responsibility of how their child is going to come out or turn out in their lives, the decisions that they make, the path that they choose to go down. Having both mother and father is the structure, right? Basically, this is the structure that the Most High wanted us to have. He wanted us to have both mother and father because he knows that having both parents in the household, especially in a household and walking righteously and walking in the ways of him, all praises to the Most High, is significant. And that trains your child to, in a certain way that they should go, and it won't depart from them. So just as the responsibility of having both parents in the household, that it has a huge impact on that child. The same with if a child only has one parent in the household. It's still, it has a huge, it plays a huge part into how that child's life is going to turn out, how they're going to view things in life. And a lot of people don't understand or realize that. It's not putting a specific parent at fault, but it's a definite as to why we see things plan out the way they are. It's because it's a lack of both parents, and both a mother and a father is very, very important in a child's life. And if they're lacking one or the other or both, it's definitely going to show in the decisions that they decide to make further on in their lives, as well as their faith and the person that they choose to be in life. Because if they lack instruction, if they lack guidance, and this world teaches them, this world is going to teach them not of the Most High, right? Because the Most High said not to be of the world. We're in the world, but we're not supposed to be of it, loving the things that are of this world. Meaning, go back to what I was saying about riches of silver and gold. That's not of the Most High. But we're going to get into more detail on, what is actually supposed to be, what was supposed to have happened. Let's get it in kind of like a precept, okay? So we're going to go to Exodus 20. Exodus 20, verse 12. This is another responsibility that the children have with their parents, as their parents are supposed to be instructing them and teaching them the ways of the Most High Yah, so it does not depart from them. Verse 12. Exodus 20, verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Almighty Yah, thy father, giveth thee. So they're supposed to honor their mother and father, meaning to respect their mother and father, right? As they're teaching their child, or we were supposed to be teaching our children in righteousness in the ways of the Most High Yah. The children are not supposed to rebel against that, right? They're supposed to honor and respect and listen to their mother and fathers, right? And there's a lot of that lacking in this world today, but we're going to touch base on that a little later. I just want to get that out. But yes, everything starts at home, okay? Everything. How the parents choose to raise their children and teach them of certain things, a lot plays out into that later on in life, whether it's within relationships, whether it's you through choices, or how you choose to be or live your life. Everything starts at home, okay? And our people have fell into to realize that, everything starts at home. How you raise your child and how everything. You are your children's first teacher, not the school systems, not anyone else. You are your children's first teacher. So everything that they see and hear and that you put forth before their eyes to see and do, and that's okay and not okay, they're going to be up here in their mind. That's training their mind to say, okay, my mom does this, my dad does this, or this is happening in my household, so that means it's okay. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, the mother and the father are the first teachers. Things that you don't have to teach them. It's just genetically gonna come off onto your children because they are of you, right? So they're genetically gonna have some of your personality, your traits anyway, genetically. And that goes along with everything else that you put forth before their eyes to see and to understand. Okay, this is what you do, this is what you not do. You are your child's first teacher, not these school systems. You are. So you have to take it within yourself. Do I want to lead by example? Do I want to see things in a certain way so that my child sees me and understand that mommy and daddy is the first teacher? So I'm going to teach you righteousness. I'm going to teach you the laws of the Most High. I'm going to teach you to be as good as a person as you can be. You know? I'm going to teach you to make the best decisions. So we're going to go back to Proverbs 25 now. We're going to go back to Proverbs and we're going to go to chapter 25. Okay. Verses 2 and 3. Okay. It is the glory of the Almighty Yahuwah to conceal a thing, but the honor of kings is to search out a matter. Okay. So the glory of the Most High concealed things, right? This is why a lot of our people are sweeping this issue under the rug. This is a very, very important matter, right? That is being swept under the rug. Every single day it's being swept for centuries, for years. The world has turned out, and especially this new generation has turned out this way because of the simple fact that a lot of our people are dishonoring something that's very, very important. The structure of the family at home is very, very important into raising a child, but it's being swept under the rug, right? And it says, it's the glory of the Most High that conceals this thing. So the Most High is concealing this matter. But we as a people, or as it says here, kings and queens, right? It is up to us to search out the matter. It is up to us to figure out, okay, this is happening. It's been happening for centuries. What's going wrong here? What are we not doing that, that keeps this charade up? What are we doing wrong within ourselves that this is happening? It is up to us to seek out this matter. Okay. Verse 3, the heaven for height and the earth for depth, and the heart of kings is unsearchable, right? So the heart of everyone is unsearchable. Like he said, the heavens for high and the earth for depths, right? So there's things above and there's things on this earth, right? So we know that, right? But the heart of kings or queens is unsearchable, meaning that no one knows what's in our heart but the Most High, right? It's unsearchable. You don't know what's in someone's heart. Even if you feel you know what's in someone's heart, no one truly knows what's in someone's heart until you pay attention to their actions, because their actions are going to tell you everything that's in their heart. That's why the Most High said you will know them by their fruits. Their fruits meaning their actions. You're going to know someone's heart by their actions and also their words, which has power, but we'll get to that in another video. So yeah, it's up to us to seek out this matter. This is an issue that has been going on for a long time, but we're living in an age where we are accepting, okay, this is the norm, or this is something that all all black people are living under this stereotype of mothers being at home with the children. Fathers are either dead or in jail, or just not home. They're alive, but they're not present. These are stereotypes that our people have been placed under, and we're just accepting instead of seeking out the matter, just like the scripture says, seeking out the matter as to why is this happening to our people and our people only. No other nation has this stereotype but our nation, but our people. So instead of taking it as it is, as kings and queens, just as the Most High said in the scripture, it's up to us to seek out this matter. It's up to us to understand, why is this happening? Or why has it been happening for so long? But let's go back. We're still going to be in Proverbs. Let's go to Proverbs 14, verse 18. And this is a precept, okay? The simple inherit fully, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. So let me read that again. The simple inherit fully, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. Again, the simple inherit fully, but the prudent are crowned with knowledge. So the simple, you're going to inherit foolishness, right? Because you don't understand. The simple-minded, not understanding. But the prudent, those are willing to listen, that humble themselves, are crowned with knowledge, right? Just as he said in the previous scripture, we have to seek out these things, seek out this knowledge, seeking so that we can be crowned with knowledge, okay? But let's go to another precept before I go on into further detail about why this is happening. Let's go on to another precept. Let's go to Psalms 25. I'm going to start at verse 4. Show me thy ways, O Yahuwah. Teach me thy paths. You know, he's supposed to show us his ways, teaching us the path to his righteousness, right? Being as he set forth for us to be. Verse 5, lead me in thy truth and teach me, for thou art the Yahuwah of my salvation. On thee do I wait all the day long. So again, he leads us into truth. Remember the previous scripture where I said that he conceals the matter and it's up to us to seek it out? He conceals the thing, but it's up to us to seek out these things, right? Because it is he that leads us into his truth. It is he that leads us into knowing the truth, understanding the truth. It is he that leads us to understanding, and it is he that crowns us with the crown of knowledge. It is he that does all these things, right? No one does these things on their own, but it's the Most High, okay? And that is him that shall teach us in his ways. For he is our salvation. Okay? And on him we should wait all the day long. So we should wait on no one else's answer but his. We should wait on no one else to reveal such things to us but him. Even if someone is revealing something to you, it's still up to you to seek out the things and seek out the matter on your own. To research, to reread, to do these things on your own. And that is allowing the Most High to show you, for your own understanding, the way. To show you on your own accord what he said his word is. Even if someone is showing you, you still have to seek out the matter on your own so that you can understand it. Okay? For your own understanding. Sorry. So now that we know that it's certain information that we're supposed to be seeking out, that we know, we see what's happening in front of us, but the whys and the everything else is unclear, right? So now that we know that it is the Most High that conceals these things, he conceals the matters, all praises to the Most High, and he's the one who revealed these matters to you, to understand this is why this is happening, that is why this is happening. And everything starts at home. Okay? So we know what happened, right? And we now know that it's up to us to seek out why this is happening, and to allow the Most High to guide us into understanding why this is happening in the household. Why are so many black families, quote unquote black families, or I like to say Hebrew families, is so many broken homes. Now we're going to get into, we see that it's happening. Now we're going to get into why. Okay? Even though the Most High, he does what he does for his own reasons, and we're not to question it, but he did tell us of the things that were to come if we transgressed and did not listen to his laws. Right? So that's where we're going to get into. We're going to get into how the Most High told us that all this would happen. Right? He told us all of this will happen. The broken families, the broken homes of the Israelites, Hebrews. He told us that it was going to happen and he told us why it was going to happen, because we would not listen to his laws, statutes, and commandments, and we would do away with his laws. So this is why we have so many broken families. So that is what we're going to get into next. The whys and how all the Most High, all that he told us would happen, and how everything started to come into play. And here we are today with so many broken black families. So we're going to get into that next, okay? So we're going to start at Deuteronomy, okay? We're going to start at Deuteronomy 28. Now, I do have a video pretty much showing and revealing that us, the black people, fit every single generational curse that is in Deuteronomy 28. I do have a video of that as well. Make sure you check that out so you can understand, or you can just read the entire Deuteronomy 28 yourself, and see for yourself what race or group of people fits every single curse that is being talked about. That is a challenge right now. I challenge you guys to do that. If you already have, all praises to the Most High to you. But I want you guys to really see that this is serious business. The Most High was serious when he said a lot of things would come upon our people if we did not listen to his word. And all of those curses came into play. Right? But the specific one I skipped out, or I think I did mention, but I didn't get into further detail about it. So we're going to go to Deuteronomy 28. And we're going to start at verse 53, okay? And these are the curses that he said that will be upon our people, right? Deuteronomy 28, verse 53. We're going to start at 53, okay? Actually, 54. No, 53. Sorry. And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body, and thy flesh of thy sons and thy daughters, which the Almighty Yahuwah thy Father hath given thee in sage and in straightness, wherein thine enemies shall digress thee. Okay, so we would start doing all these different selfish things to our own sons and our daughters, right? That the Most High have given us, right? Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you, very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother. Toward his brother. That's why so many black on black crimes, black men killing black men. His eye is evil toward his brother. Okay? And toward the wife of his bosom. They're evil towards their wives, their girlfriends, baby mamas, whatever you want to call it. The woman he has children with, the one he shares a household with, you know, it's going to be strife there, right? His eye is evil towards her. And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So the father we're talking about black men right now. His eyes are evil towards his brother, killing his brother and sister, meaning black on black crime, whatever you want to call it, killing other blacks in the streets, killing each other, right? His eyes gonna be evil towards his wife or baby mama, whatever, not wanting to be with her, right? And evil towards his children, and he shall leave. What other race or group of people that are being mocked for for their dad leaving and not being at home? I even mentioned in my other video on the curses of Deuteronomy that the most the most thing that you hear is, the joke about, okay, the black dad going out to get cigarettes and never coming back. That's a mockery. But as you see right here, it says his eye will be evil towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. So many single parents, single mothers taking care of their children while the father is no longer in the picture, either in prison, either dead, or just still alive but not caring for his children. He's leaving the children, either one way or the other, dead, in the prisons, locked away in prison, or just not at home, not taking care of his responsibility. That is a curse here, ladies and gentlemen. Can't you guys see that? That is a curse. One of the many generational curses that our people are under. Okay? But let's keep going. So that he will not give to any of them of the flesh of his children who he shall eat, because he had nothing left him in the sage and in the straightness wherein thine enemies will disgrace in all thy gates, right? So he won't give anything to these children. He's not taking care of his children, right? Verse 56. I don't know why I keep saying 20. Got glasses on, still can't read. Okay. And the tender and delicate woman among you. Ladies, this goes for us too. The tender and delicate woman among you. Tender and delicate. If you go back to my first few videos, that a woman is supposed to be delicate. A woman is supposed to be submissive. She's supposed to be tender, right? But this is what the Most High said a curse will be against the women that don't listen to his laws as well. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, a woman that refuses to be tender, a woman that refuses to be delicate, a woman that refuses to be anything what the Most High told her to be, or instructed her to be, or created her to be. A woman that refuses to be delicate. She wants to be so strong. She doesn't need a man. She doesn't need her husband. She doesn't need her children's father. She refuses to be delicate. She refuses to need the very man that she needs to help raise her children. Right? Her eyes shall be evil toward her husband. She hates him. For whatever reason, she hates him. She hates her husband. And toward her son. She hates her son. Right? And toward her daughter. She hates her daughter. You love them, but your actions show that you hate them. For whatever reason. It could be because of the father, because of what their father's done. And you're taking it out, maybe unknowingly, on your children. This is what the Most High said the curses would be towards his people. This is the family structure that is being broken down. All because we refuse to listen and follow the laws of the Most High. Do you guys get this? Do you really understand what I'm saying to you? Okay? We're going to go to verse 57. And toward her young one that cometh from between her feet. Her young one that comes between her legs. Her eye is evil towards them. Right? And toward her children which she shall bear. She shall eat them for want of all things secretly in the sage and straightness, wherein the enemy shall digress thee in thy gates. If thou would not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Almighty Yahuwah. It says it right there. All these curses within the family structure, within our black families, would be broken down if you do not observe or listen to the words and the laws that are instructed in this book. We did not keep those laws. We did not follow those laws. These are the words that the Most High was speaking to Moses, but this wasn't just to Moses. They started transgression first. This is why the Most High told this to Moses, because he knew this would happen. First, our ancestors then, in the time of Moses, transgressed and followed other gods and did, you know what I'm saying? They stopped listening to the Most High. They stopped following his law, statutes, commandments. And their transgression then came about more and more, generation after generation. Even now, in our generation that we are in right now, our family structure, the very same scriptures that I just read, those similarities are still true in the household. So and our enemies know that if the household is divided, our people have no chance. Everything starts at home. So if the home structure is imbalanced, if there's so much hate and envy and all that in the home, how is the conditions of our people going to change if the conditions of our home, where everything started, isn't in order? How do we expect order in our community for our black people? This is where it came about, right? This is where it started. It came about this is why if you look it up too, if you go into your research, prisons, right? Prisons that are making money of having a certain amount of people, prisoners in there. You can look this information up. They make money off of of keeping their prisons full. Why is that? And who's keeping those very, very same prisons that they're making money off of? Who's keeping these prisons occupied the most? Are black men, right? They're away from their children, not able to teach their children. Because of the choices that they made, yes. Everything starts at home. Black men are the ones keeping most of the prisons occupied. Their rate is at a higher rate than Hispanics or any other race. Black men. Let's see, what else? And that's the whole thing of where gangs came into play. Because they know that if you're involved in a gang, you only have two ways: prison or death. Either way, you're not at home raising your children. They knew that our men would get wrapped up into this life that I still don't understand about being in a gang, because they know that it's only two ways that you're going to go out: prison or dead. Either way, you're away from your children, teaching them first the laws of the Most High that you don't even know because of the life that you're choosing to live. And two, you're not, the father being at home and raising their children and teaching them how to be men is very, very significant. But taking away the black father out of his home, it paves the way for the agenda that they're pushing right now, turning our men into women, or turning them weak or delicate, and making our women headstrong. And that's the complete opposite of the agenda that the Most High from the very beginning created Adam and Eve, or he created all men and women to play a certain role. And now we should see that what the Most High had originally planned is being switched. The men are becoming more delicate now. If they're not dead or gone, they're becoming more delicate. And the women are becoming more headstrong. Or it's nothing wrong with a strong woman, but it's something wrong with a strong woman feeling she's so strong that she doesn't need a man, especially when it comes to raising children. When that is the whole dynamic of a structured household. It's two parents. The Most High made it two people to be able to conceive and make a child in the first place. That's not by accident. You know? They say, they even have that old cliche of it takes a village to raise a child. That village is mother and father, not just one. And they're making our women so strong, and they're taking our black men out of our households and replacing them with government assistance. Okay, well, the woman, the single parent, the single mother is getting so much help that now she feels she doesn't need the man. Financially, you feel you don't need the man, but what does that do psychologically and mentally for that child if that child doesn't have two parents in the household raising that child correctly? And correctly is in righteousness. This is why this is happening to our people, but we're so oblivious to see why, and we don't understand, or we don't want to understand. But this is why these things are happening. Okay? But let's get even more into it. So we're going to go next to Jeremiah. So we're going to go to Jeremiah chapter 11. And then we're going to start at verse 7. Actually, we're going to start Actually, we're going to start at verse 1. So I want you guys to, I don't want to, I don't want to be the type to cherry pick. I want you guys to really understand. So chapter 11, Jeremiah, verse 1. And the word that came to Jeremiah from the Almighty Yahuwah, saying, Hear ye the words of this covenant. Speak unto the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, our people. And say unto them, Thus saith the Almighty Yahuwah of Israel, Cursed be the man that obeyeth not the words of this covenant. So cursed, as we just read in Deuteronomy, those are the curses of what was to come for generations to generations, of not listening to and obeying the Most High's laws. We are still under those curses because we are still not following his laws collectively, right? So our family and our household structures are broken because we've forsaken the word of the Most High. Verse 4, which I commanded your fathers in the day that I brought them forth out of the hand of the land of Egypt, from the iron furnace, saying, Obey my voice and do them according to all which I command you, so that ye be my people and I will be your father. So this is the Most High saying he commanded this ever since, like I just read. He said these words in the days of Moses, but they listened not to him. So this is why all these curses came into play, because they stopped listening then and it passed down on to us. And we're still not listening collectively. Okay? Verse 5, that I may perform the oath which I have sworn unto your fathers, to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, as it is this day. Okay, so the Most High is saying, he promised certain things. If we listened and obeyed, he had a land filled with milk and honey. He still has that promise, right? But we have to obey him in order to get that promise. I have a video on that as well, of the actual covenant of the Most High that he made with our forefathers. He still has that covenant with us, but he's waiting on us to obey his voice and to do what we're supposed to do in his ordinance, not our own. Do things as he says to do, not ourselves, so that we could receive that reap the benefits of that covenant. That covenant is still in place. It's not going anywhere because he promised it. The Most High doesn't change. When he promised something to you, he promised it to you. But if we're not receiving it right now, that's because we're not doing what we're supposed to do on our end. And he's waiting for us to get that done. Okay? He's waiting for us. The things that are happening in the world are not going to change unless we get our family dynamic right first. Okay? Everything starts at home, like I was saying. Okay? Verse 6, then the Almighty Yahuwah said unto me, He's saying to Jeremiah, proclaim all these words in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem, saying, hear ye the words of this covenant and do them. So as prophets, prophetess, if the Most High is uncovering, like I said earlier in the video, if he's revealing knowledge to you, if he's revealing, right, he conceals the matter. And if he's revealing, and he also is the one who reveals the matter. So if he's revealing these things to you, he's causing you to seek these things out, seeking this information out. He's saying that it is your duty now to let everyone else know. Right? Which is hindsight what I'm doing. When I've got, when the Most High, all praises to the Most High, when he allowed me to know and understand these things, I immediately start, trying to first get myself right and to see what my role is. And then now I'm doing what the Most High is expecting of me. He's expecting me to let others know. Why? So you can seek it out as well. So you can get the understanding for yourself. Okay? Verse 7, for I earnestly protest unto your fathers in the day that I brought them out of the land of Egypt, even until this day. Even until this day. Okay? He protests. He told these things to our forefathers, even until this day. Okay? Rising early and protesting, saying, obey my voice. He's saying, obey his voice. Even to this day, he's telling us to obey his voice because we're still not obeying his voice, meaning this is why our family dynamic and our family structure is still the way that it has been for decades and broken, okay? Yet thy obeyed not, nor inclined thine ear, but walked everyone in the imagination of their evil heart. No one's listening, right? No one's caring what the Most High is saying. They're walking after the imagination of their own heart, which is evil and wickedness. This is why the Most High said, no one knows what's in the heart, but he knows what's in the heart. And if it's not of him, it's wickedness. If it's not of him and doing what he told you to do, it's wickedness. Okay? Therefore, I will bring upon them all the words of this covenant which I command them to do, but they did them not. We're still not doing them. We're still not doing them, okay? Verse 9, and the Almighty hath said unto me, a conspiracy is found among the men of Judah and among the inhabitants of Jerusalem. Okay? A conspiracy is something that's wrong here, right? Or something that's been changed, or, Verse 10, they are turned back to the iniquities of their forefathers. Remember he said back then, if those curses would be upon the children of Israel, same thing way he said to our people back then in the days of Moses, same is happening right now. We revisit and we're still doing and following the iniquities of our forefathers. This is why the curses are still upon us. This is why our family dynamic and our family structure is still in great trouble. Okay? Which refused to hear my words, and they went after other gods to serve them. We're still serving other gods, wood and stone. We're still doing the ways that are not the Most High's, right? The house of Israel and the house of Judah have broken my covenant which I made with their fathers. We've broken it, okay? Therefore, thus saith the Almighty Yahuwah, behold, I will bring evil upon them. Isn't there great evil going on in today's world, especially with our people? That's not by accident, ladies and gentlemen. Which they shall not be able to escape. We can't escape this great evil that has come upon our people. And though they shall cry unto me, I will not hearken unto them. Okay? Then shall the cities of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem go and cry unto the gods whom they offer incense, but they shall not save them in the time of their trouble. Okay, so because we have not listened to the Most High and we're refusing to listen to the Most High, he's refusing to answer our prayers right now. He still has his face turned against us right now because we are worshiping other gods, wood and stone. Watch my video on those as well, on the deception of the Sunday worship. Okay? parts 1 through 4. I go into details about that. But we're not only not listening to the Most High's covenant, we're still serving other gods, wood and stone. So he said, okay, he's going to hide his face from us and not hear our cry. And he's going to say, well, since you're worshiping other gods, wood and stone, let them hear your cry. Let them save you. Are we being saved by the one who we believe that we follow? By who a minority believes that they follow? Are we being saved by that individual with so much great evil going on in this world? The Most High said here, he's going to leave you to, okay, you want to worship other gods? Let them hear your cry. Let them save you. Since you don't want to listen to me and you're serving other gods, wood and stone, let them try to save you. Are they saving us? No, because there is only one Yah. There's only one Almighty. Okay? And he's jealous. But they should not save them at all in the time of their trouble. So we're not being saved at all in our time of trouble. Woo. Yep, bless me. Sorry, allergies. Okay? Verse 13. For according to the number of thy cities were their gods, O Judah. Sorry. And according to the number of streets of Jerusalem have yet set up altars to their shameful thing, even altars to burn incense unto Baal. Baal is a demon, deity, whatever. Okay? Verse 14. Therefore pray not thou for this people, neither lift up thy cry or prayer for them. For I will not hear them in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble. Okay? So the Most High is saying that he won't, if you burn an incense and worshiping other gods and praying to these other gods, this is why he's not hearing you. Because we still have this thinking, we're going with this mindset of who we think the Most High is, and we're serving and worshiping this image that is not of the Most High. So this is why he's not listening. This is why he's not hearing our cry. This is why he still has his face turned against us, because we stopped listening to his laws, statutes, and commandments. We're not following them collectively anymore. And on top of that, we're serving other gods, wood and stone, which is the very first commandment. No other gods before him. Okay? This is why the family dynamic is so screwed up, and this is why our people cannot prosper. Okay? Verse 15. What hath my beloved to do in mine house, seeing she hath wrought lawlessness with many, and holy flesh is passed from thee? When thou doest evil, then shalt thou rejoice. So he's saying that anytime, you're crying out to me, but when you're doing evil, which is anything that's against or going against his word and against what he told us to do, you're rejoicing in that. You're loving to do whatever you want to do instead of loving to do what the Most High said to do. So he's saying now you rejoice and you're proud when you do whatever you want to do, but when you're in trouble, you want to try to call out to me, but you're still worshiping other gods, wood and stone, and you're still not keeping my covenant. And you're still not training and teaching your children how I told you to train and teach your children, which is together, right? We're still under these curses. We're still under these curses, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? But we're going to get into this last scripture. Let's go to Micah. Okay? Micah chapter 7. And we're going to go to verse 6. Okay? For the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own household. The Most High is saying here that this is why the dynamic of the people is happening, right? Because we're still under these curses. Okay? Especially in this generation, this new generation of men and women are so disrespectful to their parents nowadays. The things I have seen and witnessed have been very, very baffling to me, because I wasn't growing up and I wasn't taught and raised in those ways. I have so much consideration to not only just my parents and my family members, but to my elders, you family or not. elders in general, I have so much respect for them. That's because I was taught that, to have respect for your elders. But because of this the dynamic of our people have changed so much, not having both the mother and the father presently in the child's life, or even if they are present, they're not present with enough instruction to teach their children how to be able to respect their elders. It couldn't have happened, because there's so many young people nowadays that I watch be so disrespectful to elders. It's sickening. I was taught in a certain way to be respectful to my elders, not just my mom and my father, but I was taught to be so respectful to my elders. And when I look at younger people that's, younger than me, to have disrespect for elders, it sickens me. Like, it's very unfortunate, And the Most High said that a man's enemy will be in his own household, because he knows that's where everything starts. Everything starts at home. So if you're not listening to the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, this is why the family dynamic is so screwed up. Our enemies are in our own household. Our enemies are in our own household, which is very unfortunate, but it's because we're still under these curses. And as you read, the Most High will put these curses upon those who are not listening and following the laws of the Most High. This is why our family structure and dynamic is out of place. It's out of order. Okay? Verse 7, therefore I will look unto the Almighty Yahuwah. I will wait for the Almighty Yahuwah of my salvation. My Father will hear me. So, again, our enemies are within our own household. But if we listen to the Most High, He's our salvation. We will pray, He will hear. If you're listening and following the ways and the laws of the Most High, He will hear you. He will heal your land. So, as I said, it's so many. We have to come to terms and understand that the Most High has put forth these things to happen. The Most High has put forth these things to happen for a reason, because we stopped listening to His laws, statutes, and commandments. We're not following them, right? So He's hidden His face from us. Our people are in great trouble. But He's still hiding His face from us, and we're still under these curses because we're still not collectively following His laws. I was never the type to believe in coincidences. Okay? And when I came to this understanding and under this knowledge, and the Most High led me, all praises to the Most High, to understand why things were happening. It just made sense. It just clicked. Like, I never believe in coincidences. So this is why this stuff is happening. This is why it's going to continue to happen, because we're not following the laws and statutes of the Most High. And it's going to continue to happen unless we get our family dynamic back together. We have to stop fighting amongst each other. We have to stop killing one another. We have to come together collectively. First, we have to come together collectively in our own households, and then coming collectively back together in our communities. And coming back together collectively means coming back, repenting for all the wrong we've done, repenting, and coming back to the Most High and His laws collectively. And only then He will start to hear our prayer. And only then He will heal our land. And only then He will hear us when we cry. Stop worshiping these other gods. Stop following lawlessness and follow in the ways and laws of the Most High, so we can get to His covenant that is still in place. It's still in place. But that is it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you so much, guys. Welcome back. Thank you. I love you all. Seek this information. Seek it out for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. seek out this knowledge and this understanding and this truth. All praises to the Most High, and I thank Him that He revealed it to me. But I love you guys. Be blessed. Repent, repent, repent while the time is at hand. Be blessed.